voice all over the world. This is Voice of the People 90.3 FM, and I bid you welcome to another episode of the New Nigeria Debate right here on VOP 90.3 FM. I appreciate you for being a part of us. Thank you for listening. Thank you for staying tuned. As you know, the New Nigeria Debate is a platform for expression. It's an intentional gathering of politically conscious Nigerians and the politicians who vie for positions, or the spokespersons who are actually the mouthpieces of these politicians, the political elite, and the people who want to rule over you. On the New Nigeria Debate, we usually discuss pertinent endemic national issues, even as we enter into campaign season, where this political aspirant will once again try to regale you with their achievement. They will try to sway you, the electorate, with promises, sweet promises. Sometimes you might even see financial favors and other forms of inducement. But this time, as Nigerians, I hope you understand that it is not just about voting for a preferred candidate, but it's about choosing your future. It's about making the choices that will make life better for you and yours. It's about setting our priorities right. It's about putting aside ethnic, religious, and other forms of bias that impede our ability to think right and to choose the best. In recent times, our country, Nigeria, has witnessed a turn. Now, the ruling party and the political elite who are part of the ruling party will tell you that the country has taken a turn for the better. The opposition will tell you that the country has taken a turn for the worse. But you are the citizen, you are the person who lives in this country, you are the one who has to go to the market to buy things, you are the one who has to visit the hospitals when you are sick, you are the one who can actually tell the political elite, the president, his ruling party, his cabinet, and those who support him what you see every day as a Nigerian. And that's why we're here on the New Nigeria Debate. Now today, I'll be joined by two guests, actually. I'm looking for the words to describe them, but we have right here Mr. Olalekan Oni. He's been here before. He was here about 2 weeks ago. He is a stakeholder of the All Progressives Congress, APC, right here in Lagos, in Ikeja, Lagos, if I'm not wrong. Thank you very much for joining the conversation today, sir. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, and thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. It's good to have you here. We're happy to see your face again. So today, as an APC stakeholder, the last time we spoke, you told us you've been in the party since it was Action Congress of Nigeria. Yes. So you are rooted, you are grounded, you are watered, and you've blossomed in the APC. So today, you'll be standing in the gap for the APC, the ruling party, everyone who's a part of the APC, and the president, telling us why Nigerians should believe his promises and vote for him again in 2027. Now, on the other end of the telephone, we're being joined by Juwon Sonyaolu. He is the Take It Back coordinator, and he's also a member of the AAC. Yes, he's the national coordinator. National, that's the whole of Nigeria, all the 30 states of the country. He's the national coordinator of the Take It Back movement. You know, when the Owerri-Shoki demolitions were taking place, the Take It Back movement was at the forefront. When the End Bad Governance protests were going on, the Take It Back movement were at the forefront. In fact, there were the protest in Abuja against Dave Umahi, that was last week, and also the protest against the National Assembly for the Electoral Act Amendment. The Take It Back was at the forefront. So it's safe to say we have the ruling party and the opposition, two opposing sides today, and they'll be engaging in the New Nigeria Debate. You're welcome to the conversation, Mr. Juwon Sonyaolu. We're happy to have you here. Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me, sir? Yes, I can hear you, sir. We're happy to have you here. Thank you for joining us. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear us, sir? All right, you know what? We'll try to reach you. We'll try to reach you in another way. We'll try to reach you in another way so that this conversation can be seamless and interesting. In the meantime, let's begin with our studio guest, Mr. Olalekan Oni. When you were here the last time, quite a number of Nigerians were not happy with you. But if there's one thing about you, is that you stand strong in your conviction of how President Tinubu is the next best thing after jollof rice, or maybe even better after ice cream and jollof rice, which is sweeter.
Some prefer ice cream.
But I'm just saying, maybe it's not even the next best thing after ice cream. He's the best thing before ice cream, before jollof rice, before ice cream, before any. People who have a sweet tooth can relate, but can relate. Whatever it is, strawberry is not even sweet. But let's actually get serious and have the conversations. Nigerians want to know. You are convinced, but have you been able to convince Nigerians of just how well this administration is working towards the good of the common man. Because when you ask ordinary Nigerian, they'll tell you, oh, President Tinubu is up there. He's far removed from whatever is happening to the average Nigerian. President Tinubu, some people will even tell you that he doesn't care. That he doesn't care to address the nation whenever there are issues. They'll tell you that he doesn't care to even talk to the people, that he doesn't care if the average Nigerian lives or dies, and that he's only concerned about the 2027 elections. Can you disabuse us of this notion by giving us, really strong arguments why we should believe in the president's second term?
The first thing I want to say is this. You see, when you say Nigerians, I prefer that you say some Nigerians.
It's some Nigerians.
Yes, because there are people also, who also told my thought of lying. There are millions of Nigerians who also believe that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has done well. While there are challenges, but it is best of his ability, and to some extent, the president has done well. So, when we say Nigerians, I always say, and I think I'm correct, that one of the best, in fact, the best way to know if a public office holder has done well, or the majority of the people, depending on the office the public officer is holding, the best way to know is at the polls, because that's where public office holder are judged in court, because it's at the polls that majority wants him back, or majority wants him in case the person is coming for the first time. So, and that's the best way to conduct a census in court. So, if we are not at the polls, we have divergent views. Some will say is the worst ever that we've ever had, and some will say is the best. But to know whether it's the worst or is the best, we have to. What democracy provides for us is for us to wait till when we get to the polls. Whoever becomes either a councillor, a local government chairman, a governor, House of Assembly member, House of Reps, Senate, or President, people will have divergent views. Like I said, some will say he has done well, some will say he has not done well. You said that the last time many people disagreed, a whole lot of people will also agree with whatever I said on this program. The fact that they didn't call or send a message doesn't mean that there are not people who do not agree with me. So whatever I say here, it is open to two sides. Some will say, oh, you have said well, you have spoken well. Some will even say that the man is a lie. Maybe because they are giving him 20 now. That's why he's saying all of this. So all of these things, and that's how we will always have it in every administration and any administration to come.
All right. So there will always be people on the opposing side. Let's go to Mr. Juwon Soyaolu. We believe you can hear us better now.
Yes.
Thank you very much for joining this conversation. You are the national coordinator of the Take It Back movement. Some people have actually called this movement a movement of professional protesters, as whenever there is a protest, you see them at the forefront. Is it that we understand that you are in the opposition? We understand that your job is to criticize this current administration, but Mr. Olaleko Oni, who we have here in the studio, says as much as there will always be disagreement, as much as there will always be people who will say the president has not done well, there will be those who will say he has done well. Is there nothing since May 29, 2023 that President Bola Tinubu came in that you can hold on to as a member of the AAC, as the national coordinator of the Take It Back movement, and say, okay, this is good enough if you could have improved on it? Or has this called zero in all ramifications? We have a particular video of, I think it was the MBAD governance protest or so. You were at the forefront, you were holding kind of like a megaphone, and you said, we have experienced a complete breakdown in, I think you called democratic institutions, something like that. Is that an opinion that you still hold?
Yes, absolutely. To go a bit further, if Tinubu were to conduct a free and fair election, right, he will not vote for himself. And he will score himself zero. When he was supposedly campaigning for office, there are videos everywhere where he made remark that if he does not fix the electricity, Nigerians should not vote him. Today, Aso Rock is disconnecting from the national grid. They want to use solar. Right? Today, Nigeria cannot boast of 3,000 megawatts of power generation. The national grid collapses randomly at will. So there are no hospitals that the president can go to, not in Aso Rock, not in Aso Villa, not even in Nigeria. Whenever it needs, they are found in France. You understand? So if the APC spokesperson who is there today, I said yesterday that the all progressive Congress, they are just transactional spaces. If it's not within that transactional space, he would definitely vote against the government of Tinubu.
You're assuming you know what's in his mind. The person we have in the studio, particularly today, has been a member of the APC since it was ACN. So you can't speak for him.
I already said it. I said it when I came to you that APC and PDP, they are transactional space. They don't have members. They only have people who transact in business in this. And it's a party of the elite, for the elite. It has nothing to do with the Nigerian people who are suffering today. Nigeria is a capital.
So the AAC is not a party of the elite, it's a party for the masses, a party for the ordinary Nigerian? Is that the case?
Absolutely.
If that's the case, one can say, why haven't they been doing well at the presidential polls? If it was a party for Nigerians and Nigerians were convinced of this, Showore just might have been president of Nigeria now. He contested in 2023 under the AAC.
Because the APC have not been conducting elections in this country like their predecessors. Right? I mean, you just look at the sham elections they conducted even in Lagos, the local government elections, where they are using violent objects, acts to pursue people who are coming to vote for other political parties. Nigerians are even giving up on the transparency of our elections to the extent that they are boycotting even the local government elections in Abuja. Today, the APC is not confident of winning in the free and fair elections. The reason they could not pass real-time electronic voting bill. They just have to find one way or the other to ensure that the vote of Nigerians doesn't count. I don't know what he's talking about or what anybody is talking about when they say that. So the only way to know if the government of Tinubu is doing well is at the polls. At which polls? What polls are they organizing? And apart from the Senate president of the country openly mocking Nigerians confronting them with the fatal complaint with regards to the electoral law they manufactured to perpetuate themselves in power.
Okay.
So what I can say really is that, and this is evident, and even the government knows this, if they were to go into a free and fair elections, there is no way the APC is returning to power.
All right, then. Thank you, Mr. Juma, for your submission. Please stay with us. Let's now come back to our guest in the studio, Mr. Olalekan Oni, APC stakeholder in Ikeja. Of course, he's here speaking on behalf of the president and the APC. He's telling us how the president has fulfilled his promises and why in 2027 we should remember the Infinity insignia, which, by the way, he's wearing on his cap right now. And but I want to talk about electricity. This is affecting a lot of us. It's affecting me particularly. I don't think I've slept well in the past 1 week because I wake up in a pool of sweat every single night. Mr. Oni, the last time we asked you, you said you have light, so it's not affecting you. And when I thought about it, I realized that was individualism speaking, because as a Nigerian, you would want every other Nigerian to also experience the good life that you're experiencing, except if that's not what the APC is about. Recently, the president inaugurated the Grid Assets Management Committee or Corporation. There was a committee, right?
GAMCO.
Yeah, that's GAMCO. There was a committee inaugurated. So, Grid Assets Management. But what is the power minister doing if the president has to wade into the issue of power? Yes, he promised us electricity. He said, if I don't give you electricity, don't vote for me in 2027. We are like a year, let's just say about a year or less than a year actually to the next elections in Nigeria, and we're still not experiencing that stable power. Now, some people who one might call conspiracy theorists believe that, this thing they are doing, right now that we're not really seeing light? It's almost as if they're doing it on purpose. When the elections are coming close, we'll now start seeing 26 hours of light per day. It will not be like, oh, President Tinubu is doing well, let's vote for him. What is going on with electricity? And please don't tell us that you have light in your area, so it's all good. So the rest of us should die in heat, and we should not see cold water to drink. Our freezer are not a block again. What's going on, sir? How do you really defend that?
Okay, so sorry to digress a bit. I'll answer your question. He was talking about AAC, that APC is not conducting
free and fair elections.
Free and fair elections. It's sham and all of that. So he also mentioned the local government election conducted in Lagos and then the council elections conducted in Abuja. We've also seen that there are states, ever since 2023, there are states who under PDP have also conducted elections. How come AAC did not even win a single councillorship seat? So if you are saying the states controlled by APC that are conducting sham, is this saying that the state controlled by Labour Party is also conducting a sham election? I do not see the AAC as a party. They are just a group of protesters. That's what they do. There's nothing you can say.
Can you hear that, Mr. Juwon? He's firing shots at you and your party.
He's listening. There's nothing that you can say about the AAC that they are a political party. Nothing. A political party has never won any election before. A political party does not even have a
Mr. Juwon, I want you to know that you can come in at any time. All right? This is a debate. Do you understand me, sir?
But I didn't come in while he was talking.
I want him to counter you. If you want to counter him when he's speaking, you can do that. Yes, if you want to counter him, you can. But as long as he doesn't get rowdy. But go ahead, please. Go ahead. Just have that in mind. He said that you are not a party. You are just a group of protesters.
What can you say? We see how political parties conduct themselves. In fact, one of the primary reasons for founding a political party is to win elections first. And when we say win elections, it's not about just the presidency. A political party is expected. In fact, one of the things INEC requires from forming a political party is that you should have a statewide, when I say statewide, nationwide, sorry, it can be a statewide, nationwide membership across the state. I can't remember. I think Showore polled 36,000 votes in the last 2023 elections. I can't remember the figure precisely. So when you're talking about political parties, AAC is a mushroom, organization of protesters, because the only thing, when you hear about AAC, what comes to your mind is Showore. That's a one-party affair. When they did their national convention, it was in a hall of maybe 200 people, and you say that's a political party. Even in my ward, if you're having a ward meeting, we used to have attendance close to 300 people. So AAC, putting that aside, then talking about electricity. The last time I was there, what I said was, I think somebody called in, and I mentioned light, and the person said that there's no light anywhere. One of the things I said was that the president, released free meters, and I said my own house was a beneficiary of those free meters, one. And then he also said we spoke about the band A, B, C, D, and all of that. And then I highlighted that those who are under bandwidth in some areas used to enjoy light of 22 hours. And I said that I am under band B in my own area, that I used to have light of 16, 17 hours. But in recent times, we've also had issues of, epileptic power supply, serious one in my own area. And I have also read that the recent epileptic power supply is due to the lack of, gas supply and all of that for some reasons and all of that. So almost everybody around, maybe in different places, have also experienced that epileptic power supply due to the shortage of gas. Not just in Lagos. It's the shortage of gas, which they think, in fact, I received a message from the Keja because I'm under a Keja electricity distribution, IKEDC, and they talked about this gas shortage and all of that, and that there will be issues, in supplying and all of that. So that's been done. And you said, the GAMCO you mentioned, which the president inaugurated, that committee president inaugurated and all of that. And he also mentioned about we don't have 15,000 megawatts. Last time, while we were ending the program last time, I said that when we talk about electricity, one of the things we should look at is that where was this sector before? Where are we? And where are we going to? And I think that one of the things I said then was that if you compare where we were before, when it comes to generation, we have to do, I think generation, is it generation distribution and one other thing? If you look at where we were before, and where we are presently. I think it is in this administration that we had a record of, generating up to 7,000 megawatt. Even though we have issues of distribution, at least we are generating more than we've been generating before from the past administration and all of that. And then I also spoke about, I said that if we have time, we'll sit down and also, debate, talk about this electricity and all of that. So when people say that, what is the minister doing? And again, Nigerians have the right to call for accountability. Nigerians have the right to demand for more. If you don't have electricity in your house, who else will you call? The Minister of Power, of course. And so I don't have issues, and I don't think that even the minister or the president has issues with the fact that they are calling him out for this ability to power supply. But in retrospect, can we have where was this sector before? Where are we and where are we going? And this is one of the reasons why the president founded, inaugurated that committee, the GAMCO committee, so that all of these issues, and one of the major, that G stands for grid, major reason why the president, because of this grid collapse, recent grid collapse that we've had last year, I think we had up to 13 times or so. Even this year, we've had that grid collapse. So, and this is one of the things the president is doing. When you say where is the prime minister, well, the president has a larger say on all of these sectors and all of that. So
if the president has the larger say, then what then is the job of the minister? He seems so preoccupied with trying to contest for governorship of your state. No, there's nothing bad in ambition, but you should not be overlooking your current role.
So when you say the fact that president founded GAMCO doesn't mean that the prime minister is
all right, Mr. Juwon, you can come in here.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. I'm going to start by making a quick remark about his response to my position earlier. I mean, I like it. I like when people in the APC say that all the AAC is known for is that we're a protest party. Yes, the AAC is a protest party because they are indeed a lot to protest in this country, because practically nothing is working, and the Nigerian people so much agreed with our protest disposition that they joined us last year, 2024, during the end by governance protest. Nigerians joined us again during NFAS. But but I'm also very surprised when you also talk about when you are trying to justify authenticate the APC using the PDP example. I mean, the PDP created the behemoths of electoral malpractice we have today. They conducted one of the worst elections in 2007. So bad was that election that the so-called winner of that election, Yar'Adua, had to publicly acknowledge indeed that election was a sham. But today, when Nigerians think about the APC, I want to put it to you, what do they think about it? They think about the party of thieves, right? There is a federal high court judgment from Canada that describes our political parties, the APC and PDP, as terrorist organizations.
Okay, we also have Labour Party and Abga State. We also have Abga and Anambra State who has conducted elections. What do you have to say about that?
I allowed you to speak, and it was deliberate, right? And when I wanted to jump in, I asked for permission. That's what seems to be civil.
I'm just trying to remind you, we have Labour Party, we have Abga.
Perhaps being civil is not part of the APC's modus operandi, which is normal. You understand? When people think about the APC, they think about the brigandage, they think about thuggery, they think about bullion van, they think about rats, snakes, swallowing money. They think about terrorism.
You are aware that the swallow of money was done by civil servants, not an APC member. No, it was a civil servant. Go and find out.
Sheikh Gumi today, she is at your party. Sheikh Gumi today was saying that people in your government knows all the terrorists in this organization by name. You understand? You know that all of them knows them by name. And we have seen videos of your government of people negotiating physically with terrorists. So when the Canadian courts describe your party as a terrorist party, and Nigerian students would agree because it is what we see.
There was nowhere the Canadians said APC was a terrorist. It's online now.
You can
Put it out.
You can play the Daniel Walla card for all I care. Because I mean, we are trying to do an impossible.
Okay, what I said, maybe you should address what I said. I said that AAC is not a party. So tell me how AAC is a party. Okay, you have agreed that you are on group of protesters, right?
The electricity that you just mentioned. When you talk about the electricity you just mentioned, it is true that the state of electricity was terrible before the APC came into power. I mean, the PDP used over 16.
You have not answered. Is AAC a party? Justify that. I said AAC is not a party.
But today,
you are a group of protesters.
But today, APC is fearing worse when it comes to electricity generation.
No, go and check the data. Check the data. Do you know generation?
You can't even generate up to 3,000 megawatts.
That's not true. That's not true.
So you can't even generate up to 3,000 megawatts.
That's not true.
Today. You are having power grid is collapsing almost every day. Even after work, my brother, even after work, people don't after work where your president is living.
You see, wait, they have light. The other day I was here. Okay, maybe when you are done.
Even in NEPA office, they are looking for generator. They are powering their office. I'm sure if they were to search your pocket, they are going to find power bank in your pocket, or maybe in whatever.
You can't speak for him though. You can't speak for him.
I don't even use it.
And when you speak about my party, please allow your party to conduct a free and fair election.
No. Wait. My party, I've told you, we have Labour Party in Abia, we have ABGA in Anambra.
Nigerians have been boycotting elections. Nigerians have been boycotting. You mentioned Labour Party as if people are not the same thing. You are simply different feders of the
ABGA.
People don't.
All of us are the same. Okay, so the only party we have in Nigeria is AAC, right?
Absolutely, we are the only party with.
Okay, tell me how you are a political party. Tell me how.
Okay, number one, our party wants education to be free at all levels.
That's not the manifesto. That doesn't make you a party. What makes you a party is having a nationwide membership. That's one. Do you cut across? Have you ever won an election before? Has your party ever won an election before?
In our party, we are not thieves.
No, leave that one. Leave thieves. Has your party won an election before?
In our party, we are not liars. In our party, we are not thugs.
Holy Spirit AAC. Has your party won any election before? Not student union government election. Has your party
conducted any election?
Okay, Labour Party has never conducted any election. ABGA has never conducted any election.
What has your party conducted? I'm not speaking about your party.
Wait. Okay, so let's say our party has been cheating you. Wait, let's say our party has been cheating you. No, wait, chill now. Wait, ABGA has been conducting election, local government election in Anambra. Labour Party has conducted election in Abia State. PDP has conducted local government election in other states.
Let us talk about APC.
Okay, how come you didn't win elections in other places where other parties have been conducting elections?
Labour Party, APC or PDP come here, we are going to discuss them. But we are talking about APC.
Wait, the reason why I'm asking is because has your party won any election before?
Have you people conducted an election before?
Yes, and you have always lost.
Which election?
Plenty of elections, many elections.
Which election did you conduct?
Any election now. Since 2015, APC has been conducting elections. APC does not even conduct elections in the first place. APC is a participant in any election.
The ruling party. When
ruling party doesn't conduct election. Yes, they are the ruling party, but they don't conduct election. INEC conducting the election. INEC. Yes.
Your pocket.
When did AAC come to?
Let me step aside.
Okay. So how come the elections are being conducted in Abia State under Labour Party? Elections are being conducted, local government elections under ABGA. How come AAC has not even won the councillorship seat?
When the Labour Party people come here, I will discuss Labour Party. You are APC.
I'm just asking that. Okay, you have not answered. Has your party ever won any election before?
But I know that you are trying to do your job.
Where did show why you are doing yours, Abi? Why are you also doing your own?
You are doing your job.
You're also doing your job. What are you doing?
No, let me tell you something. The APC is
it ACC or AAC? Which one? Are you confused?
You understand?
Is it AAC or ACC?
All right, Mr. Juwon, let's bring it back. I really wish you were able to make it down to the studio. You understand, so that we'll just be
Fuel
all of
is
us.
1.5, so you can't afford it.
Fuel is 1.5. Should we talk? Should we talk about that?
Tinubu cost it.
I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you. You are the one who said fuel is 1.5.
Yes, so the Tinubu cost 1.5.
Where are they even selling fuel for 1.5?
For scarcity now.
That
was a bit.
Because it's high. I went on a very short investigation round before I came in here.
That was even
and
a bit.
there is a particular station selling 1,100
Yes, I just treat you
and others.
So that you say fuel is 1.5.
No, I will swallow it.
I know you already
did. I will swallow because even at 1,245 is too expensive. At 1.1 is too expensive.
At least you have the information of why fuel is 1.2.
We understand, but even before
Tinubu should have.
Even before that situation. Even before that situation. I'm saying something. Let me land. We understand that on the international scene, right? Brent crude is like $100 per barrel. It used to be lower. So we understand that that's the reason why. Yeah, Mr. Juwon.
Price of fuel made in May 2015, 2023. How much was price of fuel?
That conversation, I'm not ready for it because we.
But you started it now.
It's about a date for you. Are you already?
We will swallow it because
I'm not ready. That conversation, we have left it.
Okay.
That's not.
Mr. Juwon, please land.
That conversation we've moved past.
Mr. Juwon, please land.
When somebody be asking me what's for price,
I was practically asking him how much was price of oil.
You are not my interviewer. You're a co-guest.
2023.
He has the right to question you. You also have the right to question him.
You didn't invite me. You're the one that.
You're deflecting, Mr.
No, I can decide not to answer. Even if you ask me a question, I can also decide not to answer.
All right, let's not get rowdy. Let's not get rowdy. Let's not get rowdy. All right, let's not get rowdy. Let's
wait,
talk
am I
about
right?
there are a lot of
You ask me a
issues.
question.
You can decide to say you don't want to answer, but it would be nice for you to answer because a lot of people will see it as
it's not nice.
You don't have
it's not nice to go answer.
It will not be nice.
I've answered some questions.
Yeah, of course you're answering.
So I can choose the question to answer.
This is a debate, right?
I can also choose.
You're meant to convince us and not confuse us.
Wait. The thing is this. I've always told you here. There are people you cannot convince. Do you understand?
Are Nigerians difficult to convince? Are Nigerians a difficult people to lead?
See, this is it. When you say are Nigerians, what you are saying is that the 200 millions people, the 200 millions of Nigerians, that's what you are trying to say. When you say are Nigerians, but I keep saying some are difficult to convince, and some are easy to convince. But I've also discovered that in this my little experience of doing this, I've also discovered that, for example, my brother on the other side, I cannot convince him, and I don't waste my time. That's me anyway.
Okay, he has chosen to be blind to what the president is doing.
Yes, don't forget. I said it the other time I was here. I said the work of the opposition. You asked me a question. You're the one that even asked me that question. Last week, you asked me a question, and I said myself, my job is to promote this administration, and the job of people like him is to oppose the government, the administration. So somehow it will be somehow for him to now say that when you were asking me that as Tinubu
is there any point at all? Why will you say so?
Why will he say so?
Okay, but do you agree?
Except you are the only different person I've seen.
Would you agree with me? Wait, I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you something good about this. No, if I have a good, this is my country.
That's why you're different.
No, I'm not different. No, listen to me.
You are opposition and you have said something.
No, I'm objective. My job is to question you.
Thank you. No,
you understand. I'm trying to be objective.
Remember what I was saying.
If I have any good experience,
you remember what I said.
We're talking about the interior minister and what he's been able to do with making.
So somebody like him will not even say anything about the interior minister.
If he has not had, I had the experience. If I didn't have that experience, I'll not be able to give that testimonial.
I also told you that day. I said, see, even there are people who have had good experiences.
I'm telling you. All right, let's talk about, because there are a lot of issues. Because if we even start to talk about security or insecurity, as the case may be, I will lie to you, there are a lot of people who right now, they look at our northern brothers and sisters, where we are in Lagos now. Lagos is a southwestern state, right? Yes. You have people of all walks of life, even foreigners, Nigerians, people from Guinea-Bissau, different people right here in Lagos. But anybody who even has that northern phenotype, who mistakenly looks or even speaks what sounds like a northern language, that people who are looking at them with the side eyes and they'll call them you Boko Haram. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, because even the people who are escaping from those regions because of insecurity are now suffering from those effects because of the way people are now being biased towards them. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. It's gotten to the point where there will even be people who will tell you, I can't buy things from Northerners anymore, that, oh, they are the people. They'll tell you, I'm scared to buy fruits from these people. Anything could have gone into it. It's like insecurity has divided us down the middle, even more than religious, ethnic, tribal, and political party differences. Insecurity has divided us greatly. So if we want to talk about, there are a lot of issues to talk about, but here's one thing I want to talk about: appropriations, right? Appropriations. I want to read out this report to you. In the 2025 fiscal year, the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare received just 36 million naira out of a total capital allocation of 218 billion naira. Now, this was not said by the opposition. This was said by the Minister of Health himself, Ali Pate. Now, the Ministry of Livestock Development got nothing at all from its 10 billion naira capital vote. The Ministry of Solid Minerals Development got zero. The Ministry of Transportation managed about 1% of its 256.7 billion naira allocation. This doesn't seem like rounding errors. They're like what the opposition will call a systematic failure of governance. What is happening?
I think Wale Edo will be able to explain that. I don't think I have an explanation to that. I am not an appointee of the federal government.
Okay.
And then I am not privy to whatever cost that. So I won't be able to speak on that.
You know, the only reason why we got to hear about these revelations was because it came up during this year's budget defense. You understand? And yes, a lot of lawmakers were questioning and asking. But looking at the Ministry of Health, this health situation in this country is already not even at one. It's not already at its best. But yes, to now release 0.065% of the allocation for health,
that's poor.
What will 36 million naira do for 36? So that's like 1 million naira per state.
That's poor. No, it doesn't work that way. Do you also know that majority of Nigerians seek their medical help or health whatever initiative from the state governments and the local governments? Are you aware that majority? So, for example,
majority of Nigerians seek healthcare,
yes,
from state-owned
yes,
hospitals and healthcare facilities.
Yes, and local government.
When you say majority, where do you get your figures from?
So
because I remember you always saying proof. What's the proof? Where do you get your statistics? Where do you get your data from?
Wait now, this is logical now.
Okay.
So I stay in a state while you also stay in a state. And if you look at when we say medical care or whatever health, whatever Nigerians get, so we also everybody stays in a community, everybody stays in a state. And if you look at your community very well, especially, and this is how it happens, your basic health, because in Lagos State, for example, I think we have just maybe 2 or 3, I can't remember precisely, Federal Medical Center, which are hospitals, which are big hospitals. But how many state hospitals do we have? And how many PHCs do we have? And that's why I said that majority of Nigerians seek their medical help or medical care from the state hospitals or the local.
You understand that for the greater part of this year, healthcare providers have been on strike.
And again, when you say they have been on strike, which of them?
That's when people go to the hospitals. They don't even find healthcare providers.
Don't forget that all these medical care personnel, they are grouped into either they are under the federal government payment or they are under the state civil service.
And brother, health workers went on strike.
Wait now, not all of the ones who are under the state, have they gone on strike? When I say, I'm trying to explain.
Aside from that, is there even health services in this country? In Lagos State, we have youth, we have lawsuits, we have
lawsuit is not under the federal government. Lawsuit is not under the federal government, and lawsuit is still operating. And that's what I'm saying. So, for example, now
I haven't said that's okay, but I know you want to distract away from the point. The point I'm trying to make here is that whether the APC, whether at the state level or at the federal level, have not provided decent health for the Nigerian people. That
you are just okay. Like I said earlier, anyway. Like I said earlier, anyway, you are just a group of protesters. Majority of those in your category, they only see outside. So when I say, okay, thank you. When I say that majority of Nigerians seek their medical help from.
Sorry, please. In fact, former president of this country today die abroad. You understand? Because yes, largely because we people refuse to build hospitals in this country. Tinubu, your president cannot take health care in Aso Rock. He cannot even take health care anywhere in Nigeria. He's going to France. Buhari was always going
Tinubu just not going to France. While he became president.
To go and seek medical attention.
Did Tinubu also started going to France when he became the president for medical care?
The point is that why you government officials, your president, all of them have resources to purchase, oversee medical service. Nigerians, millions of them are condemned here in this hellhole.
And that some Nigerians getting medical care. Have you been to Lasut before? Where do you stay? In Nigeria, in Lasut, yes. Are people going to Lasut? Are people going to Lut? Are people even getting medical care in primary health care centers around?
If there's medical care there, why is Tinubu not going there? Why is Sanwo-Olu your governor? Why is he not going
Sanwo-Olu, Tinubu have been going abroad before they even became the governor.
Why
before he became the president?
Sanwo-Olu is governor of Lagos State. Why does he not go?
So if Tinubu has anything to seek for medical care, so he flies abroad. Do you know there's a clinic in Villa? Do you know there's a clinic in Villa? It is because of somebody like you now. If they admit him in a hospital, somebody like you will say he has cancer.
Let me ask a question. Does Tinubu go to hospital?
Yes, he goes to the Villa clinic.
How do you know that? Because you said
how does he know that everything that happens to Tinubu flies abroad? Is it every time? How do you know? If Tinubu has a headache, does he fly to France? If he has malaria, does he fly to France? So how does he know that every time Tinubu
has malaria? He doesn't even tell us.
Why should they tell you? Is that part of his own?
He's our president. Everything that concerns
okay, so you work here, right? So every time you have malaria, you call your boss and say, every time Tinubu has headache, he should go to the TV and say, I have headache, I have malaria.
Unfortunately, what you are committing for is what we are called class suicide. You are only working against your own interest. You understand?
See, don't bring this protest. This is not a protest ground.
You understand? And you are working against your own interest because of stipend. Because of stipend, my brother. Because of stipend. If that stipend cannot save you, if serious health.
Okay, you know this is a personal thing.
There's no medical care in Luke.
Are you aware?
Mr. Juwon, you like asking about proof, you know.
So it is a proof that when you say
that's what I want to say to him. That's what I want to say to him, Mr. Juwon. This is a debate, right? You want the next part to want to enter into.
No, shouldn't attack my personality.
No, please don't attack his personality, Mr. Juwon.
I'm taking 5 cents that don't feed my family.
Please don't attack his personality, Mr. Juwon. He apologized.
I said you and I are connected to 4 families. Then
you don't have any reason to talk about I'm collecting 5 cents that cannot feed my family. That's an insult.
All right, that's okay.
Please,
That's okay. But the bottom line, I apologize. But the bottom line here is that ordinary Nigerian people who don't have money or resources
they still seek medical. That's what I was telling you. But you not allow me to talk. If you get to Lasut now as we speak, you will meet people there who are coming in for medical help.
If you go to but they find it.
Yes, they do. Are you saying that Lasut is not doing anything?
Who's going there?
Nigerians, Lagosians.
Who is Nigeria? I'm not saying Nigerians are not going there.
Yes. They don't go to primary health care centers controlled by the local government.
But there are not sufficient beds in Luch.
That's what we say. So that's one of the problems of the opposition in Nigeria, especially the protesters. So that's what I'm saying. So when you say that, and that's why you don't have to condemn 100%. You can say things are happening, but some of these things are not sufficient. And that's what I keep telling you. So you have made a statement. You have made a statement earlier on that nothing is working in Nigeria. But you said that is it sufficient now? So you cannot say that people are going to lawsuit and they are living there. You said?
There are no health centers in this country.
How can you say this now? You don't know these things.
And they are taking life.
Do you know when you say primary health care center? Do you know what it means? Do you know what a primary health care center means?
On correct action. It's not that number one, you pay more attention to the terrible and deteriorating health situation in this country.
You are not. Did you say that there are no primary health care centers in Nigeria? Did you say there are no primary health care centers in Nigeria?
This country is mad, and very soon, if you continue like this, if you and your government continue like this, it's only unfortunate that Nigeria ordinary.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Jiro. Thank you, Mr. Jiro. Thank you. Because of our time, because we have to invite the listeners to also give us their own opinions on everything we are discussing today. In case you're just joining us, this is the New Nigeria Debate on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. I'm your host, a moderator for today. My name is Chioma Innocent. We have right here in the studio Mr. Olaliko Oni. He's an APC stakeholder in Ikeja, Lagos. And we also have via the telephone Mr. Juwon Sonyaolu. He's the national coordinator of the Take It Back movement and also a member of the African Action Congress, AAC. Now we're getting into the part where you will convince us why your candidate is the best. Now, here's the thing. For the APC, Mr. Oni, we understand that President Tinubu will seek a second term, so we're not really expecting anyone to contest against him. But for the APC. Yes. But for the AAC, the last time we had Shore here and we asked him a question about, will you contest in 2023? He said he has to put heads together with the people in the party. Shore.
His posters are in Ibadan already. I saw them yesterday.
All right. Oh, you saw his posters in Ibadan.
Yes,
you know, he's saying the same thing about President Tinubu. That after 2023, we've been seeing his posters. There used to be one city void poster along this airport road. It used to also be on Third Mainland Bridge. Door-to-door PBAT movement. That was what it was called. There used to be one also along 7-Up when you're on the Lagos Ibadan Expressway, all over Lagos. At least this is where I live. All over Lagos, there are different places where you used to see the president's poster. They've taken them off. They've taken them out. But of course, we expect that as we go fully into campaign season.
These billboards are all over the country.
And it's not just about the billboards. We're talking about. We know it's not the president putting it, because sometimes people who even put it there will. The people who even put it there they will put their signature somewhere to just let the president know that I mean we gave for you.
As I saw in Ibadan Ring Road yesterday.
He may not know anything about it. He may not know anything about it. But here's one. No, you're not a member of the party. Let the member of the party tell us. So Mr. Jiro, your candidate has been called in 2023. Anyway, has been called a serial contestant. So it's two questions. Will he contest in 2023? And if he will, why is not just your party now, him? Why is he the best? A lot of people have said, Shore still behaves like an activist. I mean, look at the altercation he had with the Minister of Works, Dave Umahi, over Tracy Ohiri's case. They met at the police force headquarters in Abuja, and at a point it was like, were they going to engage in fisticuffs? The minister's aides, the minister's security detail had to, come and try to block him so that he won't talk to the minister, and they were trying to have a conversation. So people see him as too confrontational. So people see him as, he has this, if as an activist, yeah, he's trying, but as a politician, they don't see him as being very strategic. They don't really see him as that person that will be a great president. Why should Nigerians pay attention to Shore and his candidacy in 2027? But tell us first if he'll contest.
Can I answer?
No, the question is from Mr.
Well, I'm sure whenever you bring Shore as you have always done, he will be in the best position to provide answers to that. But if you want my opinion on Shore has never stopped running. As a matter of fact, Shore contest in elections, quote unquote, as part of his broader political strategies for total liberation. As far back as when he was a slave leader under the military, Shore has always campaigned for a popular revolution of the Nigerian people. And whatever he has been doing over the last 30 years, And what he's doing now is simply a continuation of what he has always done before, over 2 decades ago. And for the last 2 decades, Shuwere has not stopped running. And he has not, and he's not running against Shuwere at every time, not with the Nigerian party, with the Nigerian young people, with the oppressed people of this country, people like myself, people like yourself, and many other oppressed Nigerians in this country. So for us, an election, we do not consider it as an end in itself. As a matter of fact, we consider it as just one strategy towards mobilizing Nigerians from the ballot.
Okay. Is the ANC trying to win elections at all?
Hold on. But we also believe that the ballot is just one way out of the democratic process. This place is another way. So if the ruling party will not allow Nigerians liberate themselves from the ballot, Nigerians can take the alternative of the streets. It is the reason we have a political party, which and then we have a movement which considers the truth as a political alternative. So I would call a journalist asking Shuwere once in a debate that does he want an election or does he want a revolution? And an interesting answer is that whichever comes first. So which means that if the ruling party, which appears they don't want to, if the ruling party wants a liberation from the ballot, it will happen.
Mr. John, the question is, your party, why should Nigerians believe in your party and its candidate?
Yes, Nigerians, like I said earlier, Nigerians are believing in our party, they are believing in our candidate, right? Simply because our candidate, as I said earlier, our party particularly has some of the best manifestos in this country, right? And our party clearly applies some of its programs for the Nigerian people. In terms of education, Nigeria's population is largely youthful, right? And which means that education, providing free and quality education to the Nigerian people, is at the center of our campaign and also at the center of what people of Nigeria actually need. When it comes to our program our programs on wage, right? Our program on wage or our approach to wage is actually quite solid. As far back as 2019, our party promoted 100k minimum wage. By the time it was 2023, our party was proposing 250,000 naira minimum wage. When the NLC argued for 200k minimum wage, our party supported it. That is largely because we have to find partner that things are going by the serious economic situation. When NLC demanding for 200k minimum wage is not out of place. And our party also has a program around energy, around healthcare system. That as a matter of fact, our party sees healthcare system as something that is at the center of what the Nigerian people want to free and compulsory and accessible healthcare at all levels. We will not have government officials, big bishops of Nigeria to go and pursue expensive medical care, because that we cannot provide here in the country. But our party also have a modern approach to energy generation and energy distribution, which combines. Yeah. So I would also add that today a lot of Nigerians are gravitating towards our party in their numbers. You said Shuwere is aggressive. If we are to be living in a normal country, in a country with law, Umar should have resigned by now.
Okay, so that's disposition of aggression. Is that the best way? Also, when you talking about revolution, what a lot of people in Nigeria, what a number of people here is violence when you say revolution.
There's nothing violent about the revolution. As a matter of fact, this incumbent president has in time past talked about the revolution. Buhari talked about revolution. When we talk, everybody knows that the revolution is not violent. So the definition of revolution is actually popular democracy. Maybe that is the easiest way to put it. Because what you have now is not what the arrangement now is neoliberal democracy. That is democracy of the elite, by the elite, and for the elite. But when we talk about the revolution speaks from the context of popular democracy. That is the democracy of the people, by the people, and for the people.
Do you think there will ever be a democracy or a government that is fully accepted by all sections of society? Wouldn't there be always people who believe that there's someone better? There's someone who can be doing it better?
Yes, there would be, and also again, that is actually the essence of democracy, popular participation. But what we are seeing in the last 2 decades is the ruling parties in Nigeria maybe consciously demobilizing Nigerians from contesting.
That's not true. I've been contesting for some time now. Nobody has stopped him. Has anybody stopped Showore from contesting? Has anybody stopped anybody from contesting?
We have indeed had significant increase in the number of people who registered to vote. But between that same 2000 and 2023, we have actually recorded tremendous decrease in the numbers of people.
So how are the politicians causing it? You just says now that your party has been mobilizing people and that people are trooping towards AAC, yes. So when people are trooping towards AAC, what's stopping them from voting? What's stopping them from voting?
That demobilizes people.
Ababe just made that statement. Did he make the statement in 2023? Did he make the same statement in 2019? Made the same statement in 2015?
Do not compare to governance. We have to look at so look at the elections we've been conducting in June of the Fourth Republic from 1999 to 2003. It has not translated to governance. As a matter of fact, things have become worse. Nigerians cannot live in their houses. They are too high school.
Well, from 1999 to 2003, you said votes have not counted. So what has brought about? See, the problem is this: you don't believe in election. You don't believe in election. Why are you participating?
Nigerians don't have electricity. Nigerians don't have health. Nigerians don't have anything. As a matter of fact, so and things have become so bad. Things have become so bad. The people are blaming Daniel Bala on that Ajazira. It was given an impossible task. Because the same task this man has. And the fact you made will maybe
No, Daniel Bala is the presidential spokesperson. I guess here is just a stakeholder. So he is speaking directly on behalf of the presidency. He has direct access to the presidency.
All these protesters.
Somebody should vote for him if he's unable to fix the problem of election.
And the election is coming. Why are you stressing it? Tinubu said that, you said, is on he said so, right? I've said at the beginning of this program, I said that the best time to judge whether a public office holder has performed or not is at the polls, not even on radio stations. I said it right. So if I say such, you don't believe in election. Why are you participating? That's what I'm saying. Your principal, which is Showore, will also contest in 2027. Don't worry, even if you cannot answer that, I can be so sure. I'm so sure that I will contest, and he will have maybe 36 or 32,000. So if you don't believe, wait, you will even as you are, Mr. Juno, will you vote? Will you vote at the 2027 elections? Will you vote? In 2027, will you vote?
Why answer my own question first? Why didn't your party pass the real-time electronic transmission?
So what was passed? What do we have that was passed?
What did they pass?
Answer now.
What we have is like a measure of both. If the electronic transmission,
so that's what they passed. That's what they passed.
So that's
what
okay
they
for
passed.
you. Do you think that's good enough? If the National Assembly thinks that's good enough, it's good enough for you.
Yes, it is.
All right. Thank you, Mr.
It's good enough for many Nigerians.
All right, thank you. I want you to also answer. You said for the Nigerians that like it. You understand? There are a number of people. But you agree with me that there are some of the people who actually agree with this. Some of them, they support the ruling party. They support the president.
How do you know?
They support the president. And there are some.
Have you done your census?
You know, when I was asking you about statistics, you said
you will not answer.
It's logical. That's what you said to me.
Logical?
It's logical. But our time is fast spent. We need to invite the listeners. Here's the thing. The question I ask you and you deflect.
Which one?
Do you think you have a right to actually ask me that? In fact, I'm the interviewer here. Let me ask you my question, please.
Ask.
The president, no, you will answer this one. No. That's the reason why you are here.
You are forcing me.
No, I'm not forcing you, but you have to answer.
Under duress?
No duress at all. You have a right to not to respond, but this one you would like to respond. Here's the thing. You know, I find it fascinating that you've been a member of APC since it was the ACN. There's nothing anybody wants to tell you. as well like this. There's nothing anybody wants.
Just like Mr. Juwon.
There's nothing anybody wants to tell you. No, the APC is older.
No, it's a protester. See, I mean, don't forget. Leave APC.
Wait, let me ask you my question now because of time. So you have 3 minutes to answer this question, no? Because callers have to call in. If they don't call in today, it will not be funny. Here's the thing: your candidate in 2027 is the incumbent president.
Yes.
Some, because you like that word, Nigerians are not happy with his current policies.
Yes.
In fact, if we are to look at just the area of insecurity, even the Nigerians in places that have not been hit by insecurity widespread are scared that anything could happen. In fact, there are some people who, there's this conspiracy theory that there are sleeper cells in some states. Some people will tell you that, oh, some of these cattle markets, some of these shoemakers, some of these people who that conspiracy theorists, they will tell you that these are sleeper cells. They'll tell you that, oh, if these people get a call tomorrow, that they could just start destabilizing everywhere. Nigerians are scared. Some people now, if a rat moves, they're up and they're like, oh my God, what is going on? So even if it is only in the area of insecurity, because we can't even say security now, why should Nigerians believe in the policies when the president says, oh, these are momentary pains that will lead to long-standing gains? Why should Nigerians believe that? Why should Nigerians go to the polls again and print for the APC?
Momentary pains, you know, when you say momentary pains, you were talking about the economy.
Economy,
so
security, insecurity, electricity, quality of life, currency, petroleum, everything.
What many Nigerians see is that the reason why they will vote for him is because, you see, the president is voted into power to solve myriads of Nigerian problems, and many Nigerians also see that in one way or the other the president is working and that there have been improvement. And this insecurity issue, the president is also doing one or two things to ensure that all of these things are abated and that the president is addressing it. And many Nigerians says that you made a statement. I can't remember how you made that statement, but you made a statement the other time that why. So many Nigerians also believe that among all of these contenders for the office of the president, none of them can even do it better than the president. And that's why people will go to the polls in 2027 to vote for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The issue of security is overwhelming.
Okay.
Yeah, and everybody knows, even the presidents agree that it's overwhelming. But the president and his cabinet are not folding their hands. They are also doing something about it. And don't forget, I said that one of the reasons why Nigerians will vote for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is because among all the contenders, many Nigerians believe that none of them.
What I want to know is the reason why they should vote for him. Yeah, the reasons why Nigerians should vote for him.
The reason is because Nigerians see that it's working. I've mentioned that. And in the area of security,
you know, it baffles me that you're not interested in convincing the people who, like, you know, there are some people when you give them superior argument, they will tell you, oh, I see where you're coming from, right? So if I say why should Nigerians, you say the reason why Nigerians, they will vote for him, you are so sure. Now the opposition will tell you, oh, the reason why the APC is so sure is because they already are thinking up rigging mechanisms.
That's what what do you expect the opposition to say? You think the opposition will tell you that APC will win? I will be in the opposition, I'll tell you that the opposing party will win.
They will also tell you that the reason that the Electoral Act amendment also favors the APC.
That's what the opposition will say.
But you don't believe that.
Why should I believe it?
You don't believe that the APC is planning to rig in 2027?
I don't believe it. The APC will win because too many Nigerians are supporting the APC. That's the reason. Our membership registration is still on. Go and check the figures. So when you have all of these figures in place, and no other party has all of these things, I don't even want to talk about the governors. The opposition will also tell you that the governors does not count. Okay, let's wait till we get to the polls. It's about numbers. So when you say, and that's why I said that at the end of the day, there are many Nigerians who believe that this government has improved economically. Again, there are challenges in the security area. But again, Nigerians also believe that the president is not folding his hands. That is working. He's doing something to abate this insecurity issue across the country. So when you said convincing, I've told you, whatever I say here, some will be convinced, but there are people who cannot convince. For me, it's a waste of effort. When I want to convince some people, they cannot.
If you can't convince some people, there will be more numbers. But you believe that the number of Nigerians who already support is already overwhelming.
Some of the words I am saying will convince some people.
All right.
And some people will never be convinced.
All right.
That's what I said.
Thank you. Ooh, I think Mr. Sonyaolu is no longer on the line, but we need to try to get him back so that he can actually give us his concluding thoughts. Unfortunately, we'll not be able to take direct calls today because that's how we are actually reaching out to Mr. Sonyaolu. So please call us on WhatsApp 0817-175-6338 on WhatsApp, 0817-175-6338 on WhatsApp. Okay, I think we might be able to take normal calls actually. Let me try to reach out to Mr. Sonyaolu in another way. 0803-692-9933. 45 seconds. I am sorry, forgive me, but 45 seconds for every caller, please, so that we can take as many calls as possible. Welcome to the New Nigeria Debate. Good afternoon. Hello, are you there? Hello, are you there? All right, 0803-692-9933. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. What's your name and location, please?
Macaulay, calling from Atiku.
Good to have you here, Macaulay. Please, go on. You have 40 seconds.
APC can market to market. There's no way they can market it. No matter all their lies and their performance. They come up with their house full and their house full, as normally do. So Nigeria is happy with them, no matter what man is trying to say. No one.
All right, you know you can't speak for all Nigerians, all right? Thank you. People like AB will say that's not the case. Thank you for your call. All right, we have Mr. Juwon online again. We're actually taking calls, so you hear from Nigerians, and very shortly we'll ask for your concluding thoughts. All right, sir? Can you hear me, Mr. Juwon?
Oh yes, I can hear you. Sorry, I dropped off earlier.
That's okay. We're taking calls now. Very shortly, we'll ask for your concluding thoughts. Please stay with us. Hello. Thank you for holding on. Good afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, hello.
Good afternoon. What's your name and location, please?
Seyi, I'm driving. Yeah, thank you for the gentleman there. He has already spoken his voice. My worry is that I can't really fathom what the opposition is doing, because we can't see any signs that there is an opposition. So, and the government in power is very strategic, very strategic. So I am not a fan of the government right now, but I mean, when I look at some of these are things that will yield result in the far future, so that if you are the one opposing them, you should be 100 miles away before them. But I am not seeing that with the opposition. What I see is that people come on air and say, we will do this 2027. People come on the platforms and they say social media, they will say they will do this.
Okay.
But practical things that you will see, that was the kind of thing we saw in 2020, 2015 and 2023.
All right.
Right?
Yeah.
By the power government in power now.
Okay.
We are not seeing things like that. That aggression that we saw then, with all the lying honest them and all that. We are not seeing them in the opposition. So I'm afraid anything different is going to happen.
All right.
Thank you very much.
And that's what I said earlier on. For example, APC is doing membership drive presently.
Oh, what's the opposition doing?
The opposition doing.
Please turn off your radio set.
And one of the opposition figure in Nigeria has even said this same thing, which is Vows.
Hello.
Hello, my name is
It's not opposition. All right, go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
My name is Chooks from Ojo.
Welcome, Chooks. 40 seconds, please.
The thing is that our president don't know what's going on in Nigeria. I tell you the truth, you don't know. If he knows, he will step down. That's the truth.
Okay, thank you for your call. Hello, AB.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. AB speaking.
AB, welcome.
See,
your own. Quick.
Okay, let me tell you something here. We are missing something.
Okay.
There's a difference between economy and consumption economy. What Nigeria is looking at is consumption economy. That doesn't work. It's the kind of Nigeria we have today. We have a lot of deficit when it comes to infrastructure. When we build on infrastructure, things will work. And that's what the president is doing, and he's doing it very, very well.
Okay.
I get it, not Gary Yam. Yeah, right. So those one that will come later when the infrastructure is down.
I promise you cassava flakes.
Thank you.
The president will say cassava gari Atiku. Okay, we are the one that edited the president's speech. Mr. Oni, hello. Thank you for holding on. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What's your name and location, please?
This morning comes from Shomoni.
Thank you for calling.
Please. Me, I'm not an opposition. I'm a citizen of Nigeria. So, the chief clerk of APC that is here today, it's not everybody that is a politician, but we are feeling the pain, we are feeling the suffering, the hunger. This government is putting us through. In terms of Buhari, they told us that Buhari, we should give him time, give him 4 years, give him 8 years. Buhari did 8 years, and we did not see anything. This is the same government. Please, they have filled us enough. We cannot imagine. You wake up in the morning, you cannot feed your child. You are okay. Assuming, wait, right now, your father is building a house for you, and children are hungry. The children will say, Daddy, we are hungry. Say, don't worry, I'm building a future for you. I'm building a house for you that you will live. Please, are they going to live? Are they going to live to see that house? Please, give us what we need now. What we need. We cannot go to the hospital. I went to last time. I know how much I spent there. And what do I do? I'm just a trader. I know how much I spent there. So they should please, let them make things easy for all. That's all we are asking for. And they are calling for 2027. Do you think me, I'm going to compete for poverty? It's not possible. They are going to rig the election. That is it. There's no reasonable human being that says they will vote for Tinubu.
Thank you for your call, ma'am. Thank you for your call. What we do not want to believe, quite a number of people, is that the APC has their staunch supporters. So let's not say nobody will. Turn off your radio set.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for holding on.
My name is Robert from Apapa. I want to ask your guest, the APC man.
Yeah.
Why is it that the giant strike of this government is seen only by APC members? Is the president APC president or Nigeria president? Because most Nigerians are members. The hardship in the country. But you are there saying the president is putting something down that will benefit in what are we going to depend on in those years? The government is living large and Nigerians are dying of hunger. When are we going to where can we measure the program on ground as we speak now? That is they are don't measure coastal road. It is human being that reply the road. Can the dead reply road? Everything has rent. People cannot school fees. People cannot buy ordinary ice fish in the market. Gary, everything is high. Look at the security. They are soldiers are dying. You say they are doing something. When are they going to finish what they are doing? Let me cut.
Thank you for your call. All right. So we want our guests to give us their concluding thoughts. I'm trying to reach Mr. Juwon Sonyaolu one more time. Actually, I think what happened the other time was we had been talking for about an hour, so the call disconnected. Okay. If we can reach him, he'll give us his concluding thoughts. You also give us your concluding thoughts, and then I will try to take a few calls. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Juwon. Thank you. Please give us your concluding thoughts on everything we've discussed today.
Yeah, well, my concluding remark is as simple as the fact that is as simple as encouraging Nigerians to look beyond attempts to demobilize them from participating in the legitimate democratic process. And we wish to encourage as much Nigerian people as possible to join our movement, to join our political party, to rescue power.
Is the ANC currently doing digital membership?
Massively.
All right.
Massively. Yeah. So So we're encouraging many Nigerians, as much Nigerians as possible to join us to build a new and different country, and to build an alternative democratic system that is completely different from the current neoliberal arrangements that are only guaranteed death, destruction, and thievery.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We do appreciate you for being a part of this conversation. It's been an enlightening, educating conversation for the Nigerians that are listening. We appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your day. All right. Mr. Lale Kawoni, give us your concluding thoughts.
All right. So, from the calls that we have received so far, I think the last caller said that Nigerians are dying and all of that. Well, that's an opinion. No facts or figures to support that. And then sometimes some people are emotional about all of these things. But again, I say that many Nigerians have seen the efforts of the present administration. And again, about the insecurity issue, the government of the day is not folding its hands. I said earlier that it can be overwhelming, but they are now folding their hands. And like the president is always saying, we always say that he knows there are challenges, but Nigeria will overcome. I also believe that Nigeria will overcome its challenges. And then the standard of living of Nigerians, talking about food cost and all of that Nigerians cannot buy fish. Well, that's half truth anyway. And then because we've also seen that in recent times, food prices in the market have gone down.
Sometimes we tend to underestimate the poverty in the land.
Yes, that's why I said
the extent of the poverty.
That's why I said that when you see people are dying, it's a half truth. You cannot say people are dying in Nigeria. There are some statements I don't like to make, but again, the president is not folding his hand. We're also saying that prices of commodities in the market in recent times have gone down. And as we approach 2027, Nigerians will troop to the polls.
All right.
And also vote for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
It's our own job as journalists to confirm if actually the price of food items have gone down. So we're working on that. And when
don't buy food items. You don't buy food items personally. Rice, gari,
it's not about me. I'm just one. Issue. I'm just one Nigerian. If I tell you my own experience now, you might say this one is not testimonial. It's the other way around.
Did you buy rice?
Like I said, we have sent our correspondents to go into the market and ask the sellers, wholesalers,
if your
correspondent
comes back now and say a bag of rice is 80,000, you will announce it. You buy now. You have a personal
do you know if I buy a bag of rice, do you know if I can afford to buy a bag of rice?
Why must you buy a bag of rice? Maybe after this online.
Mr. Oni, why won't I buy do you know how many we are in my house? Why won't I buy a bag of rice?
Do you finish a bag of rice in a week in your house? Even if you are 20.
No, Mr. Oni, that's disingenuous. Why shouldn't I buy a bag of rice? If I can afford it, and even if we are going to eat it for 5 months, at least I won't buy for that 5 months again. That's what.
Why must you buy a bag of rice?
Why won't I buy a bag of rice? Don't you buy a bag of rice in your house?
I don't buy.
You don't buy a bag of rice. You buy rice by the Jirika.
No, not by the Jirika. I don't have to buy. Yes, I don't have to buy a bag of rice.
Okay, so when you go again to buy again, the half bag is lower in price.
There was a time in this country, you and I, okay, maybe you were not buying. We were buying a bag. People were buying a bag of rice for 110, 120,000, 100,000 in this same country.
Yeah, we're talking about last year.
No, it wasn't.
We're talking about the year
2023, 2024. And how much are we buying it now? So when people come online to say all of these things, prices of food,
what we are comparing is not just now and last year and now and 2023. 2023 was 3 years ago. You understand? What we are comparing is not now and 2023. It's not now and 2024. It's now and last month. It's now and 4 months ago.
How much did you buy a bag of rice?
The comparison is between now and the beginning of January. That's what we're comparing.
How much did you buy a bag of rice?
Because we always go on the street. Don't ask me. Do you know if I can afford to buy a bag of rice? That's the thing.
Then I have asked
if I can afford to buy a bag of rice.
Okay, so I was thinking that probably you're alone or you just have a small family, and that's why I said if you stay alone or you have a very compact family, maybe a family of father, mother, and 2 children, why must?
But would you say that you advise Nigerians not to buy a bag of rice?
You don't understand. I have not advised anybody. Okay, I'm asking, why should I
But if I can afford to, should I not buy it? And keep it in my house.
No, wait,
so that
wait.
I don't have to
How do you
think
run
about
it?
buying rice for a
Okay,
long time.
I think 3 p.m. already.
Oh, you want to go?
No, yes.
You're tired?
Yeah, no, but I just want to go. My time.
Thank you very much, Nigerians, for being a part of this conversation. The crew from Funhouse Time will have my head if I do not leave the studio right now. I
that's why I said we should
apologize. I'm so sorry I couldn't take your messages. I really wanted to. But Mr. Oni, having a conversation with you just want to go on and on and on. There is a lot to say. I hope I will call you next time you come.
Tomorrow.
You're not angry with us.
Uh-uh.
You will come tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Yes.
So next you appear on the evening rush. Quite a number of people, listen, and then we'll have these conversations. Thank you so much. It's been an interesting conversation, an educating one. Please help us to tell the president.
He knows.
Even if he
the
knows.
president knows.
He knows.
Maybe you don't listen
Nigerians
to him.
think that he's fine.
No. It's because
matter what he
Nigerians
says.
don't listen to him. Every time and every opportunity he has, he says that he knows that Nigerians, there are challenges. Nigerians are facing a lot of challenges. He says it every time.
Okay, but he knows.
We
But
are in the Ramadan
he cannot
time.
relate.
You said?
He cannot relate, because if I woke up this morning and there is no food in my kitchen, but when president, before he even wakes up, they ask him, "Oh, sir, what will you eat?"
That's level. So
His pantry
that's
is
level
filled
now.
up.
Probably the president
That's
himself.
level.
The president
God
himself
is-
might have passed through such in the past. Do you understand?
is
So the
time to
paraphernalia of
enjoy.
office
Emilio
does
Kong.
not permit him, to have such experience present.
You will live in abundance.
You understand? Yes, now it's the paraphernalia of office.
All right then.
So
Thank you.
he knows. He says it every time.
So when Nigerians say he cannot relate, do you understand where they are coming from?
No, you are not getting it. I have not said there are no Nigerians that are not hungry. Do you understand? It is not that you are seeing me now.
We
Do
need
I
to
look
go.
like somebody that has it all?
We need to go. Should I answer that question? You look healthy.
Sincerely.
You look strong and healthy.
How do you know?
We need to go.
Do you have my
We need
medical
to go.
report?
We need to go. That's what I'm saying. You look. They shop for your
It's a
body. Like
look.
you look like somebody that they chop belly food.
That's a look.
You understand now?
Oh.
That's the thing. So your look doesn't say what's in your pocket. We understand that. But all of these conversations is with a view to finding solutions to
Yes.
the endemic problems
Yes.
of the nation.
Yes.
That's the reason for it.
Yes.
I thank you for being a part of the conversation.
Thank you.
We need to go. Funhouse Time with
Yeah.
MC Chooks and Dr. Walkie Talkie comes up shortly. My apologies for taking your time. It's all for good. The New Nigeria Debate will be back on your airwaves on Thursday from 1:30 to 3 p.m. My name is Chioma Innocent. Enjoy the rest of your day.